If you're watching this, and you barely know English, or if you have family in Latin America or different countries where they don't speak English, I encourage you to let them know to start learning today. If they want to get rich fast, they have to learn English. Because if they don't, there's a huge chance that they're fucked for life. But let me explain to you exactly why. Why learning English can make you rich. Most professionals from Latin America are making peanuts. They're literally earning less than an 18-year-old who just started working at Starbucks. So, unless you want to stay poor all your life, you have to take those English classes seriously. And I'm not talking about just understanding and having a little conversation. I'm talking about selling, persuading, and speaking it like it's your second language. If you can do that, there's a 90% chance you'll make a ton of money. But why should you trust me? Here's the thing, guys. I came to Canada in 2005 and I didn't know a word of English. And for 10 years, I worked all the back-breaking immigrant jobs that you can imagine. Construction, security, retail, grocery stores, all of them. And it wasn't until I realized that if I don't master communication, I'm always going to be stuck doing those jobs. Or I have to get a university degree in like being a, doctor or lawyer. But you still need to learn English. As soon as I left my comfort zone, took massive action, and most importantly, guys, immersed myself into this English world, that's when I started being successful. So, if you're tired of being broke, I'm going to show you how you can turn your knowledge into cash. If I have your attention now, I want to share a fact that blew my mind. Most people in Latin America make about $500 a month. That's insane. Sometimes I make that in an hour. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because I realize that the best chance you have at making good money is by learning English. People are making $500 in a month. In North America, you can have the worst job, you're going to make $2,000, $3,000. In Canada, the government gives you $2,000 to just stay home. Like you don't need a degree or anything. Now, let's not talk about having the shittiest job. Let's talk about potential because you can make millions by learning English or by being a professional business owner in an English-speaking country. You can literally build your own empire. Whether you like it or not, 80% of the global business is performed in English, making it the world's most important language. Negotiating in one language is way easier than learning hundreds. So by speaking English, you're literally selling to the entire world. There's no need to learn any other language to become successful. That's why learning English will make you more money than going to college. Name one skill that pays more. There is none. The highest earners in Latin America make their money from English-speaking ventures or jobs because they know the best paying clients and audiences, the audiences who speak English. Multinational companies in Latin America prefer hiring bilingual employees. Finance, tech, and customer service jobs pay twice or even 3 times more if you're fluent. Having a degree just won't cut it. Some countries in Latin America are so saturated with professionals that taxi drivers and waitresses have university degrees. Meanwhile, with strong English skills, you can land a well-paying job, even a high-level corporate position, way easier. Look, it's not guaranteed, but your chances are better than 95% of the Latin American population. Speaking English also gives you access to international suppliers. You can negotiate better deals, access better resources, and scale your business faster by learning English. For example, if you are importing products from China, you're going to find it easier to connect with suppliers that speak English rather than Spanish. The reality is that nobody gives a shit about our language because most of our countries are broke. The day Latin America becomes the #1 economy in the world, that's when they're going to start learning Spanish. Until then, you need to stick to the English classes. And don't fucking be shy about it. Don't be self-conscious about it. Like, I have an accent to this day. You think I'm gonna let that stop me? No. You can't let that shit. Even if you sound bad, even if there are words that you can't pronounce, you need to embrace this. You think that's gonna stop me from making videos? No. You know why? Because if you speak English, you're halfway there. There's so many benefits that come from learning English. One of them is you can learn way faster. English is education. The only way to access the top global information is to understand English. Every course, whether it's CRMs, video editing, trading, Forex, all of that, the best courses are always in English. If you want to be a part of the top 1% in any industry, you need to learn English. I've tried learning so many skills, from video editing to trading to business, all of these things. And the most valuable content I've learned it's in English. It's not in Spanish. It's not in Italian. It's not in French. And sometimes these courses are made by people in Latin America or, in Europe, but they do them in English because they know people in these countries that speak English are more likely to spend the money to learn it. They're not going to sell it to the people in Latin America. Just think about it for a second. $500 is a lot of money in Latin America, but when you start selling a course for $500 to somebody here in the US or Canada, it's not that much, to be honest. That's why the most talented people in Latin America export their knowledge. So, if you want to learn from them, you have to look for them. For example, let's say you want to learn programming. Most programmers have to learn English to improve their coding techniques, because without it, they're screwed. Sites like Stack Overflow, where you can ask questions about coding problems, or Reddit's, most valuable discussions are always in English. And that makes it really hard for non-English speakers to learn from. This is a pattern that repeats across every industry, guys. Like, even if you want to learn YouTube, there's the best content is going to be in English. If you have family in Latin America, the best gift you can give them is tell them to learn English. I am so adamant about this. I am so passionate about you telling all your friends and family from your home country to learn English, because learning English is more valuable these days than any university degree in Latin America. I live in a neighborhood where there's doctors, there's a lawyer, there's a real estate guy. Why do I live here? I don't have a university degree, guys. I don't have a college degree. Barely made it through high school because I was very humble beginning. The only reason why I'm here today with a company with employees is because I learned English. And once I learned it, I worked really hard at other skills like sales, persuasion, business. You think about who makes the most money in the world. They're communication artists. Who's a communication artist? Actors, politicians. You think that Donald Trump will be president if he couldn't communicate better? Guys, there is an opportunity here. Nobody's born out of their womb of their mother with communication skills. So if you have friends and you care about them, tell them, hey, I need you to start learning English. Watch movies in English. Immerse yourself. The settings in your phone, they have to be in English. If you're just brand new to North America, if you want to move here, immerse yourself. Don't make the first thing you do is work with people from your own country. No, go work at a job where you have to speak. Who cares if you have an accent? Listen to my accent. You think that's going to stop me? No, keep doing it. Buy books about communications, tonality, how to listen properly, how to ask good questions. And I promise you, that will pay you more than any college or university degree that you can get in any other country. Learn English, guys. Learn communication. There's one thing I'm telling you. This is it. It takes time. It takes practice. I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm still not perfect. You can hear it, but we keep going. And every day we get a little bit better. And every day we learn something. Every day we learn how to ask a question differently. We learn how to thought differently, how to communicate better. This is Chris, Bad Hombres TV. I'll see you next time.